Hello, and welcome to episode 73 of Philo. This episode I have named Yes and Forward Movement, or Moving Forward Motion, I think. Yes and Forward Motion. I have a wonderful Kay Kirscht here as a Philo alum and guest artist and awesome person. And then, of course, I have my co-host and better half, Miss Robin Fisher, here as well, who is going to be helping us be awesome and stay on track. And we are starting a new story. Where we left off in the last story was basically them being sucked down to a single point.
Hi, Rob.
Them being sucked down to a single point, I think it was, is this panel right here, and so that's where we're starting.
Infinity.
Yeah. So I have an idea for the first panel. If you want to take the second panel,
Okay.
Rob says hi, Kay.
Hello. Hello, Rob.
And then, of course, I'm going to probably immediately jump to the third panel because the first panel is going to be very easy to draw. I feel. But yes, my idea is basically to start with the single point, and in the beginning there was Philo.
There was Spaceballs.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see. I'm doing something wrong. Let's see. Oh, that's because I have this one on.
I have to figure out how to set up this phone.
Let's see. Okay, so in the beginning there was Philo.
Okay.
Because we have in the beginning from Rob. So I think in the beginning. And I should probably capitalize beginning, because if it's like a biblical beginning, right?
Genesis.
Yeah. And so my idea is just basically to start with the single point.
And build from there.
Yeah, and just kind of I'll make it extra special. But if we're going to start with a single point, where do we go from there? In the beginning, there was Philo. So
Is he still Venom? Is he still got olive oil attached to his shoulder?
he was a Venom when he was sucked into that point.
Yeah,
So
he
Do we ever do a Dr. Manhattan kind of thing, like where from Watchmen, where he was like a circulatory system, and then he was bones, and then he was a Philo?
I don't think we ever did that.
Do you remember that from the Watchmen comic, where he was like reappearing as
Yeah. Where it's like 1933, a circulatory system of Philo is walking across.
yes.
Okay, I think that's your. I think
A
that's your
circulatory system? Okay.
A walking Philo circulatory system.
I think a circulatory system is walking somewhere. Yeah, but in the beginning there was Philo, and then I got to figure out what I'm going to do.
Okay, I'll go in and start.
Okay. And let me start some music, so then that way we're not just listening to nothingness. Oh,
There.
let's see. We'll do this. Let's see. What I was thinking is like, if it's blackness, right? Or you're just thinking just total white.
Like a yin yang.
Yeah, maybe. Ooh, this gives me an excuse to use some of the brushes I was showing Kay earlier. Yeah, and like have like some watery brushes. Yeah. Ooh. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love it.
I have
Either
like
or.
lots of girl action figures from the Matrix. Got at least three of the girls in the Matrix.
You know, I kind of wish they would have let Switch go between genders in the first one, but the producers wouldn't let them.
That's too bad. Yeah, you'd think that'd be really natural for the Wachowskis.
Well, again, this was the Wachowskis before they made any of their transitions,
Yeah.
and like that was one of the things that they wanted was like you could present completely different in the Matrix than
Totally
how
makes
you
sense.
were. Yeah.
Totally makes sense when you're like manipulating reality, right? Like, why wouldn't you be manipulating the gender too? But yeah, producers, they're scared, a bunch of scaredy cats. All they care about is making money. Although, how much do you believe of the Wachowskis retroactively saying that the Matrix was an allegory for their trans struggle?
I think that sometimes artists go through things without realizing they're going through things in their art. And sometimes they'll look back at their art later and see those things because they know what they were going through during that period of time in their life. Right. And they're going, oh, I was totally processing that and I didn't even realize it. Right. Because I've seen that in my own work. Right. Where it's like I was dealing with something that I didn't even know I was dealing with until years later. I look back at it and I'm like, oh yeah, I was dealing with some shit and this is how I put it down on paper and that's how I filtered it, right? So I don't know. That was just my personal experience.
So today I shaved my head, and on Friday I shaved the dog.
I think that's just going to be it. In the beginning, there was Philo.
A fuzzy dot of Philo.
A fuzzy dot of Philo. And then this is going to be panel 1. And then I will move on to panel 3. So what happens after the circulatory system? Do we show more parts of Philo? Do we show the dog? Do we show like an octopus circulatory system? like there's no.
Well, they're cool because don't they have like 3 hearts? The octopus. So that would look really neat.
That would be very cool.
Have everybody's circulatory system because it'd be the dog, it'd be the fungus, it'd be the tentacled olive oil, it would be.
Love it. Yes.
Now you have me typing in the circulatory system of an octopus to see what it actually looks like, which is super fascinating. Actually, okay. There's. Do I want the peripheral vascular system?
Well, it's the 3 parts that are really cool. So whatever that one is, isn't that the circulatory?
Well, okay.
Blood.
They have
heart. Yeah, because in the nervous system, something different.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah. There's like. I have options. I have options for how I'm going to draw it. Let's go with the weirdest drawing. I'll do the weirdest drawing.
What does the fungus's circulatory system look like? Because they do that branching out, which is like they're, you know what I mean? Where they're like looking for nutrients and stuff.
It begins with an M. I forget what it's called.
Monofilament?
No, it's like, oh gosh, mycelium.
Oh yeah, that's right. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mycelium network. so what we'll do. Oh, I got it. Oh, okay. So what we'll do is we'll have an octopus, and let me put Kay in the main panel.
Yeah, that's cool.
But an octopus's, would it be an octopus apostrophe?
No, I think it's just octopuses.
Like ES?
Yeah.
Like octopuses?
No, it's not. It's octopus. It's like moose.
Okay, so
Moose and moose are like it's the singular and the plural.
yes,
I saw a lot of moose. It's
but
the same with octopus. Look it up on Wikipedia. That's the grammar of it.
But if it's a moose's hoof, right? If the moose owns the hoof,
Well, then they would be like the hoof of the moose, wouldn't they?
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I mean. Is it an apostrophe then? Like, because it's owned by the octopus, the circular.
Yeah, I think it is an apostrophe then. Sorry, I thought you meant you were pluralizing them.
No. I was trying to show ownership of the.
No, you're right. It would be apostrophe. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and octopus's circulatory system
Starts wandering around.
Yeah. But I'm also gonna do the mycelium connected to it, just kind of hanging off of it.
Because that's a good word.
Yes. And it's fun to say.
Yes.
Circulatory system. An octopus's circulatory system. Let's see. Oh, Kay, you forgot to put in your caption.
Okay, here we go.
Where's the circulatory system floating?
At the beginning of the universe.
No, I can take you to the slide.
It's floating in the park. We just heard from our audience.
Go to slide.
It's floating in the park.
Oh, my little daughter.
Yes.
Let's see, an octopus's circulatory system. Yes. An octopus's circulatory system is floating in the park. There we go. Because my daughter says so.
Do you think the occupants of the park would be excited or horrified? Like, is it like a bunch of kids going, wow, that's cool? Or is it like a bunch of people just being scared?
Well, the circulatory system doesn't look much like an octopus without the octopus wrapped around it. So I'm not sure they would recognize it.
I'm just wondering if they'd be scared or would they think it was cool. I don't know if I was more worried about them recognizing what it was.
Well, that's just it. Is like if this weird thing's floating at you, I think you would be more scared than like, oh, it's just an octopus's circulatory system.
Okay, everybody's scared except for one stoner that's just like, nice.
Nice. Yeah, okay, let's see. View file. Let's do this. Oh, yes, that helps. That helps substantially. Okay. So the circulatory system, it has they have two hearts up here.
What if people think it's some kind of whacked out parade of floating balloons of circulatory systems?
Let's see, and then it kind of wraps around like this, and then they have these things that look like feathers that come like this. I don't even know what these are. What the hell are these? Octopi are so weird. Octopuses are so weird.
It's like a super sensitive nervous system, so maybe that's part of it.
they're such cool creatures. You know,
They
they
really
really are. But yeah, it's just like, I mean,
It's why I have an octopus's garden because I love them.
but like, imagine you're one of the first scientists where it's like, okay, let's take the time to actually figure out this creature, and you're dissecting it, and you're going, what the hell is this thing?
Like, I always look at earthworms as kind of like pretty alien because so they have a male and female in each worm, but they need another worm to procreate. They have a gizzard like a bird because they digest rocks. They don't have eyes. They have these tiny little like hairs on their bodies, which they use to like dig through the dirt. It's like like a rowing almost. There's just so much about worms that are interesting. Like they can withstand really high heat. Like they found earthworms like pretty close to the center of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
They really help a lot with like obviously with soil and stuff with things growing. So they're really beneficial for us and nature. I don't know. I just find earthworms really cool.
They are cool. I always like having them in my garden.
My friend has a worm compost in her kitchen, and I used to get really excited because I always want to feed them.
It's like, yay! I get to feed you waste.
Well, it was interesting. It was like a plastic bin with like holes at the bottom, and then she had like layers, right? Or it'd be like newspaper, and then like straw, and then dirt, and the worms, and then another layer of like newsprint and straw, and then so we'd have to lift that top layer and put the compost down, and then cover it, and then they would work their wormy magic.
Let's see. Okay. I guess I'll start with like the heart shapes. Their cardiovascular system is very interesting.
The algorithm showed me a green porno I hadn't seen. That was kind of exciting.
A green porno? What?
Oh, I've talked about it before. I didn't watch all of it because I knew it was going to get worse. But so you know who Isabella Rossellini is, right?
I think so.
She was in Blue Velvet with by David Lynch, and she's like the daughter of what's her name? Oh, she's won Academy Awards. Ingrid Bergman. She's the daughter of Ingrid Bergman. Anyways, she's like done a lot of indie films and stuff. And if you saw her, you'd recognize her. She was in Death Becomes Her. She's been in a lot of stuff. Anyways, so she has this series that she did years ago on YouTube called The Green Pornos. And, it's just The Green Porno, actually. But she goes and does, like, goes over the mating sequences of animals and bugs.
Oh, yeah.
But then she, like, dresses up as them and then, like, weirdly reenacts part of it.
Love that.
I haven't seen this one. It was this one where she was talking about how hamsters eat their young. And so I watched her birth like 15 hamsters, and then she was just like, I can't take care of all of this. And I was like, oh god, she's gonna eat them. So I was like, click. I don't want to watch her eat fake hamsters, little baby crochet hamsters. But they're so absurd and strange. I really love them, and I always learn something new. So I think that's where I learned about kangaroos. Like I had no idea that they so people have anywhere from up to like 1 to 3 different babies happening at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Have like one in the birth canal that's like a little fetus, and then the fetus has to climb on the outside of her pouch to get to the inside of her pouch. And then she can have 2 in the pouch, like a bigger Joey and a smaller Joey. And what happens is if there's like a famine or she's not getting enough food or water or stuff, she'll like murder one of her babies.
Yeah.
Because she knows there'll be more. Like she's just like ruthless. So but the whole thing about it crawling up on the outside of her pouch to get in, that was crazy. I never knew that about kangaroos.
I think I remember learning that in like a Disney documentary or something when I was like a little kid. But yeah, it's weird. And they like show the little worm guy crawling. Yeah, it's like whoa, that's crazy.
Because that's like, I mean, a lot of animals, baby animals, have like hardships before they get to where they need to be. You know, like even the baby penguins, when they're like in the eggs, they can easily like fall off their mother's feet and like freeze to death in an instant. You know, there's lots of different baby animals that have hardship, but that just seems so harrowing to be like a fetus and to be on the outside of your mother's stomach, and then you have to get into the pouch if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I always thought it was really interesting how like them and wombats, you know, I think wombats also have pouches. I'm not sure. But wombats will also like sacrifice their young, you know, if times are tough, right? Like they'll throw their young.
Pretty common, right? Like even a lot of animals have ways of dealing with it. Like I know that, for example, hippos don't have as many babies when they're in Africa because we talked about how, like, because Pablo Escobar, there's a ton of hippos in South America, and they're thriving and multiplying and breeding at younger ages than normal. Yeah, and multiplying
because they have no natural predators.
Yeah, exactly, and there's plentiful food. So, like, instead of just having one baby a litter, they're having like 3 or 4, right? So it's interesting how things like that have a massive effect. And eating is common. Eating your young is common, which is kind of funny when you equate it to us. You're just like, that would never happen.
You know, nature's cruel, though. That's how nature operates. Let's see. Okay, that is a octopus cardiovascular system. Kay, where are you?
Wow, I'm done.
Okay, you can jump ahead. I'm going to be drawing on this for a while.
Okay.
So do we have to do the fungus? Should we do the mycelium?
We could do the mycelium in their own panel, I think.
Well, then Kay's got hers, right?
Oh, no, Kay drew it. Kay got it.
For fun. And also the circulatory system of a frisbee, because the dog is up there too.
Nice. That dog. He's had such adventures.
Well, he's a good dog. Let's see.
My dog was very good about getting shaved, but he is not a good dog, period. I left him alone for like 20 minutes this afternoon to go out and smoke on the porch, and he like tore apart half the garbage. I was like, why? Why?
Usually that's like a sign of anxiety.
Or boredom. No, with this one it's boredom. I mean, it's a bit of anxiety, which is why I'm with him when they leave, because he wants to be with his people a lot, but he also gets bored easily, and he's ill-trained. Like, they adopted him. They got him, like, when he was, like, a year old, I think. Mm-hmm. So, a little under a year. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, the family that had him before, they didn't really train him very well. And then also, the big thing is that he was taken from his litter way too soon. He was only with his mom and his mate for a month, and it's supposed to be a month and a half to 2 months. Mm-hmm. They learned so much from their siblings and their mother, and he's got none of it. Like, he doesn't pay attention to what's going on around him. He'll just walk all over babies and kids. Like, he just doesn't care if he sees who he wants to be with or food or whatever. Like, he'll drag you. When he meets other dogs, he's super excited, but he doesn't know what to do with them. So, like, he just kind of stands there and stares at them. he's a cute dog in his way, but he's just like, and he's an Airedale, so he's really smart. You know what I mean? Like, I had a Smokey, and I was trying to get him to do the commands that I've done with him in the past. And when I do commands with him, it'll be like a word and a hand movement. And he knows them all. And this time I was just doing the word, and he did them all, no problem. Like, he's just a kid, you know what I mean? Like, he wants what he wants, and he'll do what he wants. But he's a cutie, like, and he was really good when I was shaving him. It blew me away, actually, how good he was. He needs training and socialization, but that's not going to happen.
Rob says he needs training and socialization.
Yep.
There's
Do-
no
am I-
other, like he sometimes socializes with one of the dog, my brother's wife's sister's Great Dane, and he sometimes socializes with my mother's Shih Tzu, but he just doesn't know what to do. Like he just wants to be. First of all, like if my brother's around, he just wants to be with my brother all the time, or he wants to be outside pulling, or he wants to smell. Like we have a backyard, so he goes crazy for all the rabbits and the raccoons and stuff. So I think it's a big thing of it is just boredom. He really needs to have his mind occupied, and he needs consistency. Like that's not happening at all. So it's hard for him. But they're moving to Chapleau, so there's going to be less socialization. And yeah, I don't know. The training is going to be non-existent.
Dog park, says Rob.
Yeah, no, he's right. But the problem is he's chaotic. Like they don't know what he's going to do. Like my brother has taken him to dog parks, and he does all right, but he just doesn't know how to play. The other dogs are kind of weirded out by him.
I'm sorry. Am I drawing the mushroom circulatory system walking amongst his own people? Circulatory systems or his own mushroom park?
I don't think we figured it out.
Isn't he still with us? Like with the rest of the crew?
He's still with them. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still the mushroom is still.
Although
with us.
they do talk about how mushrooms are connected to all mushrooms in the universe, kind of thing. So maybe off in the distance, you see he's like connected to other mushrooms.
Okay, is
I don't
connecting like Bluetooth.
I like that. I like that idea. That I like the caption that the mushroom's mycelium connects like Bluetooth to other mushrooms.
So maybe he ends up drawing either the crew to a new planet of different kinds of mushrooms from him, or he ends up drawing mushrooms to him.
I don't know. He's just connecting to him with Bluetooth at this point. With mycelium.
No, I know. I'm just saying maybe these are two ideas.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I know I'm trying to draw a circulatory system.
One thing about the dog is he is a very good soccer player. Like I'm quite surprised when we play ball out back. Like I'll see him try to hit it with his feet. He'll grab it, and if I put it up in the air, he tries to grab it and he gets it easily. He's pretty good with this ball. It's his favorite thing to play with.
All right, I think
after I shaved him, he did zoomies for like 20 minutes. This was awesome. I'm so happy. It was like a giant wool coat taken off of him.
I'm gonna call this one done. Of an octopus's circulatory system is floating in the park.
Well, maybe we should address the park and the Bluetooth thing.
I'm about to.
Okay. So duplicate. So then, if the mushroom is connecting
next to a giant Wi-Fi tower.
Let's see. So if the mushroom is connecting via mushroom tooth.
Here we go. Okay.
Fungi tooth.
Fungi tooth. Yeah.
Fungi tooth?
Take me to Fungi Town.
Like, would he get a virus?
I'd be scared if any of the mushrooms got any kind of virus like that. I'd be afraid it would kill them. And then because they're all connected, it would kill them all quickly. Like, wouldn't that be like the opposite of Last of Us?
Well, I'm thinking it might be like the Columbian Exchange, where these are mushrooms that have grown a tolerance to the virus and its ill effects on them and stuff like that, but our little mushroom guy might be in trouble. I don't know. Computer, turn off TV, please. That way we're not just watching that guy idle. Let's see. I don't know. So, okay, so he's connecting with Bluetooth. What happens? What happens with mushroom tooth, with fungi tooth?
You get to call like Mission Impossible. Should he choose to accept it?
Should you choose to accept this mission? Can I have the soda? Thank you. So, okay. So what happens after he connects? I'm thinking he has access to something in the park. Like, are we gonna focus on the park as a locale?
Yeah, I think we should.
Okay. So, in the park, Saturday, in the park, I think it was the 4th of July. Okay. No one's a Chicago fan.
Oh, I am. Oh.
Has a wide range of tendrils. Let's see. Maybe mushroom. Mushroom has access to all of the underground.
I think the mushroom is like the swamp thing. Have we talked about that?
You think that mushroom feels all the pain of the
Nature,
dying plants around him?
Yes. And he can talk to any plant anywhere around the world. But he's a foreigner, so that's probably why he needs Bluetooth. He's an alien mushroom, right? He's not like our Earth mushroom.
Okay.
So if he's hooking up with our mushrooms, that's why he needs the Bluetooth.
So you think he's a swamp thing?
Well, in that he's like connected to the Earth deep down.
So let's make him swamp shroom. Let's go that route. Let's do it.
Okay.
So let's have him
mushroom underground.
Yeah, let's
access to all of the mushroom underground.
Let's have him going through like a moment here with his eyes where he's connected, right? What was the name of the original doctor that died and became Swamp Thing?
Eric Holland.
Yeah.
Oh,
hey.
No, wasn't it Matthew the Raven? The guy who became Matthew the Raven is the Swamp Thing. Am I right? No. Oh, I'm so tired.
Well, that's not necessarily
it was Eric Holland, because Eric Holland was in class with Pamela Isley and Black Orchid. Yes. I'm pretty sure it's Eric Holland. Somebody look that up. I don't have my other phone with me, so I can't.
Okay, I'll look it up. Okay. Who was Swamp?
I remember that being the story, that the one that Dave McKean illustrated, that good old Neil Gaiman wrote. It was one of the first Vertigo stories he did for DC.
Artist Bernie Wrightson. Character appeared, House of Secrets. Character found perhaps greatest popularity. Blah blah blah. Well, apparently there have been multiple Swamp Things.
Yes, but the first one was Dr. Eric Holland.
Yes.
Oh.
Let's see. Who was Swamp Thing before? I should know this. I should know this answer.
He's related to Matthew the Raven somehow. Like, I think maybe Abigail, his white-haired girlfriend, Matthew the Raven was like her boyfriend.
I'm gonna get to art. I'm gonna get to drawing.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll have him connecting out to everything rather than researching swamp things, because there's multiple swamp things. So it's like, okay, I have to, like, I could sit here and read the Wikipedia article about Swamp Thing, or I could draw. That's my thinking. This is my ceiling. That's your ceiling. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna have him like starting to grow like, oh no, we lost her. She's back. Okay. There she is. I'm gonna have him like starting to grow like flowers on him and stuff, like Swamp Thing. Oh, let me pull up a really good picture of Swamp Thing.
I'm drawing a magnolia in his. There.
Or are you drawing a
connecting to other mushrooms and to Bluetooth, and then for the heck of it,
they have the triffids. Weren't the triffids like plants that were like connected to things? Aliens.
Yeah, he's gonna get a Swamp Thing like little nose thing now, like little nose branches now. Yeah, we'll give him like mosses and stuff hanging off of him, and then okay, there we go. And then we'll do this, and I'll get a good picture of Swamp Thing, like a really good picture of Swamp Thing as my inspiration for swampy things that I'm drawing. Yeah. Mushroom's gonna get he's gonna get like the little nose thing now that Swamp Thing gets. Oh, that's a good Swamp Thing. Okay, there we go. And he's gonna have his eyes open because he's having a moment.
Rob thinks that there should be a mushroom underground that has like an underground city that's all mushroomy.
We could do that. That could be the next panel when Kay's done.
Mm-hmm.
You fall down a rabbit hole in the park into Mushroom City.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a hole.
So one of Canada's most famous authors is this dude, Pierre Burton. He's like old school famous. And he did a kid's book called The Land of Og, where the kids went down into the underground earth and found trolls and stuff.
I think I read that one when I was a kid.
I have it, but I haven't read it since I was little. So I should read it again. I plan on it. But yeah, Pierre Burton was great. He famously, when he started getting sick, he started becoming an advocate for marijuana use.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's this really great segment on one of the Rick Mercer episodes where he teaches everyone how to roll a joint properly. And he's like, first you need a really strong, sturdy book, like one of mine, because he's got like all these books that are like, the history of the Canadian Railway, and it's like this thick.
Yeah. Like one of mine. That's funny. You got a kid's book for the dogs?
What's it about? Dogs? I have a lot of kids' books for dogs. I have a really good one called Chowder, and it's about like this big bulldog who's kind of like his parents treat him like a little kid, so he's not like all the other dogs. He's like into computer time and dancing. And he goes to like this grocery store that has like a petting zoo, and so he tries to become friends with all the animals in the petting zoo. and they're all playing ball, but he accidentally hits the ball too hard and puts it in the tree. And he manages to get it out, and then they all become friends, and everybody loves Chowder, and Chowder loves them. The end.
Aw.
Where bone? Oh, do you read it to them? Because it's probably really simple words, eh? Because he's got the buttons, right? So he's probably training them. Yeah, where bone. That's pretty clever. That's good.
That's cute.
Sounds like a great book, especially if you're a dog. We sell bones at Big Red. Big, thick marrow bones. But I always have to ask people, I'm like, is this for you or for your dog? Because lots of people boil it for soup. And then if they say it's for their dog, I'm always like, do you need a suit of armor for when you walk in the door?
Well, because the dogs are like, that's my favorite thing. I love it.
Yeah. I'm going to drool all over you until you hand it over. And sometimes people, like, I always ask, like, what kind of dog and stuff. And I can't remember. One lady said she had, like, a St. Bernard crossed with something else. Maybe a Bernese Mountain Dog or something. Like, it was this really weird cross. St. Bernard and something else.
Let me know when you're ready, okay, Kay?
Okay, yep, just about.
No way! A dog wakes up and he can't find his bone, and the book is called Where Bone. You should get the diggingest dog. Remember that one? It's not a Dr. Seuss, but it's from like the Seuss library. Do you remember that book?
I remember Go Dog Go.
Yeah, that's it. That's what it is. It's Go Dog Go, and he's like digging. Go
Yeah.
Dog, go. Big dog, big.
Yeah. Go Dog Go was one of my favorites.
Yeah, that should also be a book you should read to your dog. Oh no, what a horrible dog. He tries to find it everywhere. He destroys everything. He gets into the mud and he makes a chaotic mess. There was another really good old book that came out like in the 60s, I think it was, where it's like Harry the Dirty Dog, where he like runs away and he gets so dirty they don't recognize him. And then they wash him and they recognize him.
So so the mushroom has, what's going on in my panel? He has fallen down the hole and is in an underground, or?
Yeah, Mushroom Underground, but then Rob suggested a salon.
A what?
Like a mushroom salon. SALOON.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mushroom saloon.
Mushroom salon.
Mushroom saloon. I should have said saloon.
Saloon. Yeah, I think Mushroom City first with a bunch of mushrooms.
Okay, so you want me to draw Mushroom City?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
You get Mushroom City.
Okay.
I usually get the background panels, but this time you do. I love you, Kay. I love you, Kay. I love you for drawing a background panel. To be fair, I am drawing a Swamp Thing mushroom now. He is a Swamp Thing now. And
at the old folks home where I work, it's such an old building. There was no air conditioning today. It was awful.
Oh, you
washing dishes, and it was so hot.
Let's see. I think I'm done with my mushroom has access to all of the underground. Now that his mycelium is connected.
Yeah, is he still just a circulatory system walking around, or is he mushroom clad now?
He's fully mushroom materialized.
He has turned into a swamp mushroom.
Okay.
Godlike swamp mushroom being.
He is now a swamp mushroom, if you can see the screen. I don't know if you can. Robin, my best advice is to put your feet in a bucket of water.
Okay.
No, I got this nice big fan. I'm doing good. And I've got a fan blowing behind me.
Okay. Okay, I don't want you dying on me.
Oh no, I won't. I've got ice water here.
Okay.
I got a thing of ice cubes nearby that I've been putting on my head. Like I said, I'm in the basement, so like it's a lot cooler than upstairs. So
Okay. I just want to make sure you're gonna survive. You're
Oh, I'm
alive.
gonna survive, but I don't know if I'm not gonna fall asleep.
Okay. So
that's one thing that's happening.
So Kay, you're drawing the Mushroom City.
Yes.
And then I'm going into the Mushroom Saloon.
Mm-hmm.
Mushroom City.
Yeah. So the saloon is called what? The Mushroom Underground?
No, we should come up with something more clever than that.
Let's see.
Room Saloon.
The Shroom Saloon.
Yes, Shroom Saloon.
Mm-hmm.
We all stroll into the Shroom Saloon. Bemidji had a huge destructive storm. Yeah, the Shroom Saloon. And I should probably capitalize
Where's Bemidji?
that. Bemidji is in Minneapolis or Minnesota.
Oh. Is it like a tornado?
Probably just a really bad thunderstorm.
Yeah, it was a tornado and it ripped up a bunch of things. I don't know if it killed anybody, but it did a lot of damage.
Okay, so I am going to put our crew back together. Walking into the saloon, I think.
Is Olive Oil and Venom still part of our crew, though?
Well, we haven't seen Philo, and it's his show.
We saw Philo's circulatory system.
We saw a circulatory system, yeah. So is he just a circulatory system right now?
Well, the mushrooms coming together, I think he is too.
Okay, so let's do. I won't leave you hanging, Kay. I'll do a background panel too. Okay. I'll do the saloon.
Rob says there were no deaths, but huge damage. Oh, his mom's house. Sorry to hear that, Rob. I hope your mom's okay.
His mom passed, but he's
looking after the house.
He has it split in trust with other members of his family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of damage in the place this year.
Okay, do this. We'll have.
Although I guess the fire was last year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have them swing open the doors as they come in. Swing open the doors, and we're gonna have Philo, still a Venom, I think.
And a bunch of James Spaders.
You think there should be a bunch of James
No,
Spader?
I was being a smartass. I was kidding.
But I am still gonna have Olive Oil attached to him. Because if he's a Venom, then she's the Venom. She's the symbiote, right? And then
Carnage.
Yeah, and then we'll have mushrooms all over this bar, and then we'll have our mushroom. As a swamp thing, and then I don't know. Is Armand still a circulatory system, or did he come together?
No, he hasn't come together yet.
Okay, so
Come together, Armand, right now.
Okay, so we'll just draw him still hanging around the circulatory system. I'll just draw him, in Kirby dots. Hi, Tangent.
Whoa.
That's
Is
one.
Tangent delivers mail outside?
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see, and then the dog. I think the dog.
I'm glad you survived, Tangent. We in Canada are having a hot snap too.
Let's see, and then the dog. Should the dog also be like circulatory systemed out, or?
No, he should just be bones because he's a dog.
You think he should just be bones? Okay.
Yeah, he's a walking skeleton. He's different
Okay.
than the rest of them.
Okay, we'll do that. We'll make him a 0.
No, Zero is a ghost. This dog is just bones. He's a skeleton. There's no bones in Zero.
Oh, you think dog should become swampified?
And Armand too. He thinks Armand too. Everybody gets the swampy face.
Maybe when they come together, they can be swampified. I kind of like the idea of him being bones.
He's the bone doggy.
Yeah. And then,
Just don't let Rob's dog near him. Because Rob's dog is fixated on, where's my bone?
Where's my bones?
Look, I have a book about it. Clearly, my bone is important. Let's look for it.
Bones are very important for dogs.
That guy Mo Williams who did the sheep in the city and the Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus, he's got this really good kids book called Snuffle Bunny, where the little girl has her little stuffed bunny and daddy is like hanging out with her for the day, and then like he accidentally loses Snuffle Bunny and they spend the rest of the day looking for it.
I feel like with Philo being a venom, he should have sharp teeth, right?
Yeah. Scary sharp teeth like the it.
Yeah, so he should have like. Yeah, we'll still draw Philo as a venom. Give him his little Philo face there. I don't know. I think that's funny. I'll put me in the big window. I think that face is funny on Philo. He's like, ah! You know, cause like being a venom, like that brings out your worst nature, right? Right? Maybe Philo's gonna have to fight his inner venom at some point. Like use sound waves to get him off. I don't know. Let me know when you're ready for the next panel, Kay. You got some time. You got some time. I got some drawing to do.
Happy for everyone.
Yeah. Okay, so Philo is the venom. The dog is bones. The mushroom has turned into a swamp thing. And Armand is a circulatory system hanging around. They've come quite far. go. Now we can do this.
Skeleton dog is a very appropriate sidekick for Venom. So they look good together. The mushroom storyline is becoming predominant, says Rob. Or maybe it's just the mushroom is becoming predominant.
Okay, do you remember Big Cookie?
Yes, I do remember Big Cookie.
Yes, Big Cookie took over the comic for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So it happens. It happens. But that's okay because Philo has a big world and he has lots of friends and
Philo
Mushroom
is
happens to be
flexible.
one of them. Yeah. He doesn't judge. He doesn't judge Mushroom for taking the lead on things.
It's not a coup. It's just a side quest.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm probably gonna fail now. It's
Okay.
almost 10 for me.
All right.
And
All
I'm
right.
ready to sleep. And I still have to set up my whole bedroom for this miserable evening. I barely got any sleep last night because of the heat, so I don't know what's gonna happen tonight.
Again, my best advice is to put your feet in a bucket of water.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got a wet cloth to go on my neck. I've got lots of good stuff.
Yeah, my hope is that you stay cool.
I will.
Good night, my friend.
Good night, guys.
And we will see you next week. And,
Happy drawing.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, we will see you later. Bye, Robin.
Love you too, Rob. Bye.
All right. So we'll do
Okay.
this. And then let me put your panel down here, and then that way people can see a lot more of it. Yeah, tangent waves. Things happen mostly to Philo. Yeah, we have to kind of make him more engaged in his own story.
Mm-hmm.
That is one of the things that Philo suffers from. Is that sometimes he is a side character in his own story. But yeah, you let me know when you're ready for the next panel.
Yeah,
and you got some time. Like I said, I'm drawing cardiovascular systems. They might put themselves together at some point. I do not know. But for right now, I'm gonna use Kirby dots around them. I have to go through and install a lot more brushes. I realize I'm still missing some brushes from my other machine.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to figure them out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's like the central side character. He's the vessel for the storytelling.
Mm-hmm. So, take a look at your panel. Okay, in the salon, they've entered the mushroom salon. What is next?
So they go into a saloon. I said it was a saloon.
I think it's saloon. Yeah.
Yeah, I said it was a saloon. And it's a mushroom saloon. There's going to be tons of mushrooms. And I said, we all stroll into the saloon.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know what, but Armand is still a cardiovascular system.
Mm-hmm.
The dog is Bones at this point.
Yep.
And then I'm still gonna draw olive oil there as the symbiotes.
On his shoulder?
Yeah. Well, kind of coming out of his stomach a little.
Oof.
Yeah, kind of coming out of his stomach. Like right here. So, so it's the 5 of them now.
Mm-hmm.
If you count olive oil as a separate entity. Now, okay. Would the crew be affected by mycelium? Would they order drink? Is the mushroom being like called somewhere?
I was thinking about the drink that Philo orders. It would be the craziest Bloody Mary you ever saw.
The patrons all turn and look at the intruders, says Rob.
Okay.
Well, I mean, wouldn't they accept the mushroom though, as like a member of their own?
Yeah, but all these weird people that he brought in with him, they're not mushrooms.
Yeah. Okay. How about this? Okay. We all stroll into the shroom saloon. And then record scratch is your caption with like all the mushrooms looking at them. Because they just walked in. I know, I'm making it so easy, aren't I? Yeah. I will admit that drawing Philo's of Venom is kind of fun.
There. Okay, good. All right.
You ain't from around here?
Well,
okay. If they communicate through mycelium, does he say it?
Don't need to.
Because he myceliums it, right? Bartender myceliums. He ain't from around here. That's why they need the mushroom, is because he's the translator. Right? You ain't from around here. Right? Everyone else stares at him like, why are you staring at us? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and then we'll have like little different size mushrooms. And I imagine that there'd be different species of mushrooms. So like we're gonna have some that like have multiple tops, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, and then we'll just give this guy like kind of sad, like kind of tired eyes. He's like a big mushroom. He's behind the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy's like behind the bar. We'll give him like a little glass, you know, that he's like cleaning. He's seen. Oh, you think there should be shiitake mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, lion's mane mushrooms? Yeah, I can draw a couple oyster mushrooms with some eyes sticking out. I'll draw a couple oyster mushrooms with some eyes sticking out. Yeah. We'll do just some spots back here. All right. I think that's enough kind of background. You know, we know they're going into a place. And then what I'll do is I will add another layer to give them the give them some color. Yeah. And I'll just make yeah, we could do that. I'm gonna make Armand's circulatory system here, the light source. I don't think anyone will mind. As it comes in. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do bones. I kind of like the way the dog turned out. And I don't know why I like the swamp thing mushroom. Like, I don't know why he turned it into a swamp thing, but he did. Okay, we'll do this. There you go. There we go. Okay. It almost looks like I know what I'm doing. Almost looks like I know what I'm doing. I will darken out the outside a little bit. And I'll darken out the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly what would people's reactions be. Do you think, like, they would be scared of Swamp Thing?
Hmm.
Yeah. Let's give these guys some light eyes so that you can tell that they're eyes. Okay, there we go. All right. So you're drawing panel 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I am on panel 9. And then this is probably going to be the last panel. Okay, so what happens when he's like, you ain't from around here? Then what happens?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he, yeah. What do you have, strangers? You ain't from around here, are you? Let's see. Scratch the Mushroom Saloon. Patrons turn and stare.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I put 2 L's in saloon. I misspelled saloon. I have to. I'll go back and fix that. Let me fix that right now. Here, I'll fix this. Yeah, saloon only has 1 L, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm dumb. Okay, there we go. I fixed it. So scratch the Mushroom Saloon patrons turn and stare. What do you have, strangers? You ain't from around here, are you? Like I said, I think that he would be mycelium-ing this. And so, yes, let's do that. The bartender... Yeah, the bartender myceliums. I'm going to turn that into a verb.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's a funny verb. If you like turn it into a verb.
Mm-hmm.
I have to find the proper spelling though. Myceliums. What'll you have, strangers? Mycelium seems to me like you are like you're turning something into mycelium. right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you mycelium something, to me it seems like you're conveying it through mycelium. And albeit we are literally turning a noun into a verb. So English.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's see, I'm seeing what you're doing. Okay, you just made him black.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I made it black so he'd stand out.
Yeah.
I'll probably replace it with a dark pattern. He's a darker mushroom.
Oh, I made him like bigger in mine, and I gave him like little bumpies, whereas the other one didn't have bumpies.
Mm-hmm. Okay, he'll have little bumpies.
Yeah. Nouning the verb, it's a gerund.
It's a gerund. It's a gerund. Sigh. Myceliumates.
Oh, wait. No. I figured out what I'm going to do instead. Is I'm going to have down here myceliums to them and then a colon. So that's how he's talking to them, right? But like they may not be able to understand. And then up here. This shall be black, and then this shall be cartoon.
And once I get at my patterns, I'll draw like beams between the two mushrooms, mushroom bartender and our mushroom guy. Like their eyes are just lasering each other.
Yeah, I was gonna have like almost like a thought bubble kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got 10 minutes to figure it out. And so we're gonna draw him here. And he's gonna be holding.
I do like the expression on your bartender.
Oh, on my bartender?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What you have?
Yeah, he's gonna be doing this, having a little thing there, and then I'm gonna have him like it's gonna come up like this, I think, and I think it's gonna be like out of his brain instead of his mouth, because they have mouths to eat, I think, right? But not to communicate. And so and maybe I'll have him like looking down here, and then I'll have
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah, and then I'll have
lines.
I'll have our guy here, because he's a swamp thing now. Okay. All right, let's figure that out.
It's a crazy, lovely beginning of a new story.
Yes. Is they're going to a mushroom town, but it's a different mushroom town than our mushroom guys used to. And so,
the wrong side of Mushroom Town.
The wrong side of Mushroom Town.
The fruiting bodies of doom.
Well, I mean, our guy came from like a hallucinogenic like mushroom trip. So, he could be a hallucinogenic.
Well, he definitely can communicate telepathically then.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You
One
gave
thing
him a flower.
for sure.
So I'm going to give him a flower. And then, we'll give him. Yeah, this is. Let's see. Okay, we'll do that. We'll give him this, and then we'll give him. I'll give him some wavy power or wavy communications in a second, and then.
Let's say with when mold hits maybe cheese or fruit or something, you really shouldn't be eating any of it because the mycelium goes throughout the entire fruit. You see the spot or the mold or mildew, but actually it goes much further below than that. It's an entire network of mushroom.
But cheese is made from bacteria and fungus and milk and curds and whey and all these different like formulas of how long you leave it in like a dark place and these things that like rules that you follow, normal rules you follow with food, right? And it makes cheese if you don't follow them, but you follow like other rules. And it makes cheese. It says it's like cheese.
And it doesn't kill you, and it tastes fantastic. It's better than meat.
and it lasts longer than milk, and it's delicious. And we developed so many cheeses during the Middle Ages.
I've been watching. I made the mistake of clicking on a mushroom growing kit, and now I'm getting all sorts of stuff in my feed, which I don't particularly mind. Like watching Shruli's mushrooms grow super fast.
Yeah.
Still interested, but can't swing it right now.
Yeah, just make sure that if you're going to grow mushrooms, you have a shed for that. You do not want to grow them in your house.
I know. That's why I'm not going for it. Not right now.
Yeah.
I might be able to work up once I have a balcony, I may be able to set up a little something outside.
Yeah.
Then we can. Also, a fellow that I work with is a huge fan of mushroom growing, and he used to grow mushrooms for restaurants. So I always ask him, it's like, is this kit a ripoff? Or how could I foster some morels in my backyard? How would I do that? That's the one thing we can't really grow. It has to be wild, the morels. They don't have any morel kits. Not that I know of.
No, I don't like that.
Little bumpies.
Yeah, I was trying to do little bumpies.
That's fine. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
trying to... that's a very psychic. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm trying to do something.
Sparky.
It's not taking me too long to draw, That's why I'm trying to utilize my brushes.
Nice.
And so yes.
Someday I'll get to that point, but
yeah, we'll do this. And yeah, we'll have little shinies around those lines that I made, so that it looks like they're myceliuming. What do you have?
Yeah, perhaps. Yes, Rob. One of the things the fellow that I work with, he says, there's usually another mushroom that looks just like the one you want.
Yes.
It'll take out your liver like that. It's like, so you really have to know your stuff.
What I think is really fascinating is that Beatrix Potter was so good at painting mushrooms.
Yeah.
That her paintings are still used to this day for identification of mushrooms in England.
She couldn't get into the scholarly program that she wanted to because she was a woman.
Yeah, I know.
They couldn't accept her into the college.
Now people look at those paintings and they go, "Oh my gosh, she has detail there that like only photography caught years later." So, yeah.
What is this repeating message on the side? Frostytools.com? You wouldn't have soap operas without soup? What's that?
So, when I switched to affiliate on Twitch, I have ads now.
Okay.
And so what the musical notes is that tells me when my ad breaks are happening on Twitch, so that I know when I'm breaking on Twitch, and it's gonna cut away for a minute for an ad, and then it comes back.
Okay.
And so so that's what that does. Oh, when I was talking about her? Yeah, no. Beatrix Potter was
amazing.
Yeah, Peter Rabbit, amazing. Just I bought a book, a really nice leather-bound edition of a bunch of her stories, and it has the drawings and stuff of the stories, accompanying them. And it's not done in a way where the original stories were, where it was like, here's the text and then you turn the page and there's the drawing. It's not done the small storybook way. It's done in a way so that it's like a block of text and then there's like 2 or 3 drawings on the page. And so it's interesting to read it because I feel like the pacing is rushed from what her original intention was. But that's just me. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be overthinking it. But yeah. Are you done with your panel or are you still working on it?
I'm pretty much done.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty much just finishing up this guy. We're at time. Yeah, so now let me do this.
Bye, Rob. Go do dog stuff.
Oh, I have everybody doing dog stuff on me. Everybody's leaving. No, I'm joking. Yeah, if you need to go, you can. You're under no obligation to stay. We're at an hour and a half. So if you need to bolt, you can. I'm just finishing up this drawing. And then I'll just do that. There we go. There, that's pretty good. I'll just go with that. And then
I like your shading.
Yeah, and then I'll just put a couple of white spots in here for that. And then I think we'll darken the eyes a little bit. And then I think, okay, let's do freckle. Just to make it look like it's extra myceliums. So it looks like there's like spores or something in the air. All right, I'm gonna call it done. Thank you very much, Miss Kay, for getting us to a point where the bartender myceliums to them. What do you have, strangers? And we're in a mushroom city.
Yeah. In a mushroom saloon.
Yes, and we still have Philo as a venom.
I'll darken him.
Yeah, and we, for whatever reason, Armand is the circulatory system because everyone was crushed down to a single point. And so they are Dr. Manhattaning in some way and Bluetoothing with the world around them. I think it's a wonderful start.
Mm-hmm.
I always love having you on the show. Thank you very much for joining us. Let me close down the artwork. And thank you, Miss Kay. Yay. I will see you in the future. And all of you guys out there in Philo land who decided to join us tonight, thank you so much. Tangent. And I saw Rob there in chat. And I'm sure there was like at least somebody else out there in chat. For the one person that's out there in chat right now, I'm going to go raid someone. We are going to raid. Survey says Goosetown. We're gonna raid Goosetown. Goose is always sweet. He's we're unable to raid Goosetown at this time, unfortunately. Okay, it's all right. I won't raid tonight. We will talk to you guys at a future date. Have a good one. Bye.